Origins Home UX, and this is the bomb that ended a war. I don't know what you think. This is a bunker busting bomb, right? Pretty sure it is. Like I'm pretty sure from the thumbnail, yeah. So I saw, I think Federation video, right, about bunker buster. I didn't realize like there was a bomb like that. Apparently, obviously made so basically attack anything that is like underground, bunker busting, right? So basically places like caves and things, right? If somebody runs down at bunker, this would be great. I'm guessing there is no other way to do it apart from this. I guess nuke or something, but that's just like overkill. You can't use nukes. So yeah, I don't. What was that like? Gulf War? Was that the one where this was used? I don't know. But yeah, they were like there were a lot of things were used, right? It's just basically it's a bomb that cut through. Was there a cement? I don't remember exactly, right? Someone told me there's no cement. Probably didn't Federation say that there was a lot of cement poured into it or something? It's a big missile, right? I don't know. I'm getting confused. But yeah, something like that. Basically, I'm pretty sure the first scene is gonna be that. Yeah, basically cuts through deep inside and I guess explode once it's inside. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Let's watch it. Remember, if you like my don't forget to subscribe. So I know which type of videos would like to more. Check out the next Saturday. There's a link in season. And yeah.
How do you destroy a bunker made of concrete buried 50 feet underground, especially when it's never been done before? That was a challenge for the US Air Force during Operation Desert Storm, as the Iraqis' intelligence and the command personnel were stationed inside concrete bunkers so deep underground that the US and the rest of the coalition had no weapons to penetrate them. But in an unbelievable feat of ingenuity, engineering, and cooperation, the US military designed, manufactured, and
it was what was it, like tanks, cannon that they basically took and made it into weapons, something like that, right?
Successfully deployed a weapon in less than 4 weeks, which left Saddam Hussein with no option but to surrender. And that weapon looked something like this, but it's not what you think. Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait in August of 1990 with the purpose of annexing Kuwait, acquiring their large oil reserves, and also to avoid paying back the money that Kuwait had loaned to Iraq, which had funded Saddam's war against Iran in the 1980s. As economic sanctions proved ineffective, the United States led a coalition of 35 countries against Iraq, which launched multiple air campaigns with the focus of hitting Iraq's infrastructures. But soon, the quantity and quality of Iraqi bunkers became a problem. According to some intelligence reports, there were up to 40 bunkers near Baghdad, where several infantry divisions, the Iraqi Republican Guards, and critical command and control facilities were housed. These concrete bunkers were buried 30 to 50 feet below the surface, making them immune to direct hits from the BLU-109 hardened penetration bombs, which were designed to penetrate only 4 to 6 feet of reinforced concrete. A team can
imagine that, like you have the bomb that can only penetrate 4 to 6 feet. Now you have to penetrate 50 feet. Oh, I wonder what should I do? And just like everybody just like comes up with a plan. We'll use this a barrel of a cannon. We'll do certain shit and it will penetrate basically 50 feet. There you go, America.
Consisting of US Air Force engineers and Lockheed Missiles and Space Company, which had developed the BLU-109, immediately started working on a solution. To destroy the bunkers, a new weapon was needed, and many options were considered, from a dense penetrator version of the BLU-109 to an unmanned hypersonic vehicle. The problem was that the development of these new weapons would at least take months, and they needed something right away. So the US Air Force engineers at Eglin Air Force Base proposed a heavyweight bomb that could be dropped from a B-52 from such high altitudes that would have sufficient kinetic energy to penetrate deep into a highly hardened target. The biggest challenge, of course, was producing the casing for the bomb. It had...
Yeah, I mean, look, if it has like enough kinetic energy, it's not about penetrating. You would need that level of mass as well. Otherwise, it would just explode because of its kinetic energy. So that's why I think they basically went all this land to create this kind of bomb.
To be able to penetrate through deep layers of soil and concrete without being crushed.
Yeah, you need penetration rather than just like on impact exploding, right? Because that is what high collision, that's what they, in anything physics related, space related. That's what they call it, high collision impact. So whenever your object binding force has less energy than the kinetic force, right, on impact it will explode. So you need something that you need something even stronger, so it doesn't just explode, it penetrates.
Someone had the idea that the Army 8-inch howitzer barrels might just have the right material properties to do the job. So the Eglin Air Force engineers requested that the Army ship some of those barrels to Watervliet Arsenal. Watervliet Arsenal was renowned for their expertise and precision in machining gun barrels. And they were soon going to attempt turning the howitzer barrels into the body of the bombs. But the bomb specifications were not even yet finalized, and Eglin had to provide a go-no-go briefing to the top brass in about 1 week. It was decided that the delivery of the bomb should be done using F-111 fighter, which meant the 6,500-pound bomb had to be downsized to 4,600 pounds. In the days to come, the Eglin Air Force engineers worked with Lockheed and also Rockwell, who were the maintainers of the offensive avionics suite for the F-111. In parallel, the explosive pellets were being produced, wind tunnel time was booked at the LTV Dallas location, and a batch of BLU-109 nose cones was en route to Watervliet Arsenal. During the go-no-go decision on Wednesday, February 13, 1991, Eglin Air Base committed to delivering 2 test rounds and 2 operational rounds in just 2 weeks, and they got the go-ahead. By the end of that week, Watervliet had received the howitzer barrels, nose cones, and some specifications from Lockheed. At Watervliet, the machinists were working 7 days a week in multiple shifts around the clock to produce the penetrator's body. External hoops and rails were cut off from the barrel. It was then shortened to the penetrator's rough length, and its chrome plating was stripped off. The machining of the bomb had to proceed even though its design was not yet finalized. Spec changes were literally phoned in while the machining was in progress.
That's like making shit up go as you can go. That's just insane, man. Imagine like he's working, like they are just working there. Okay, well, what are we doing? I don't know. I guess I'm waiting for a call. And they're like, oh, wait a minute, we are doing this. Making shit up while you go doing your shit. That's just insane. I mean, that's the level of pressure they were in, right? And, they were like, oh, wait a minute, we are 50 feet below in bunker. We are fine. Meanwhile, this is all happening.
A 30-hour precision boring operation was in progress, while at the same time, Lockheed engineers worked to determine the final bore dimensions to ensure it would fit the nose cone. The gun's rifling, its only remaining evidence of the weapon's former military role, was machined away. In total, it's estimated that 15 engineering design changes were made during the manufacturing process, something that was only possible through total team effort. As the transformation from cannon to penetrator progressed, the nose cone was secured onto the body using a heat shrink operation, then preheated using special torches and welded into place in a 12-hour welding operation. Multiple wing attachment configurations were machined onto the munitions body. As finishing operations were completed, the team prepared for assembly. On the morning of Saturday, February 16th, the first penetrator was loaded onto the U.S. Air Force's Air National Guard C-130 cargo plane. The paint on the bomb was still wet. The second bomb followed a few hours later.
So I'm guessing that's not the AC version of the AC-130.
The work on rounds 3 and 4 began immediately at Watervliet. Once the bomb casing arrived at Eglin Air Force Base, it had to be loaded with explosives. The 13-foot casing was larger than anything previously loaded at Eglin, so it could not fit inside the existing facilities. The loading had to be done outside, but not having a structure tall enough to hold the casing upright, they had to dig a hole in the ground to put the nose of the bomb in.
That's insane.
One round was filled with concrete for a sled test, and the
See, I was saying like not cement, concrete. I was mixing that up. But yeah, I remember that. Like they fill it with concrete.
second round was filled with explosives in a 37-hour process. 630 pounds of molten explosives were poured in using buckets and packed on wooden rods because the kettles were not big enough to melt all the explosives at once. The assembled penetrator.
I don't know what to think of it. I'm not gonna lie. All this like intensive shit is happening. You created this cell. In the end, you dig a hole, put it inside, like pour it with like concrete, and pour like liquid explosive, and like use that wooden thing to like fit it in. How is like high tech and all this like I don't know medieval shit is working together? I see whenever I see shit like this, usually it always happens in America, right? Well, I have to like come up with something here fast, and there you go. This is what I love about it. Like, okay, if something works, just do it. Don't wait around.
Freighter was outfitted with a laser-guided head attached to the front of the body and stabilizing fins attached to the rear. The first GBU-28 was ready and it was showtime. On February 24, 1991, the Super Penetrator was mounted on an F-111 and an inert test drop was initiated in the desert sands of Nevada. The weapon hit the desert floor at supersonic speed and buried itself over 100 feet deep.
Damn.
It was so deep that it was decided not to dig it up, as the expense of doing so could not be justified.
It's still there.
2 days later, a rocket sled test was conducted at Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico. The bomb was fired against a 22-foot thick stack of steel-reinforced concrete slabs. The penetrator was found over half a mile away after having punched through the barrier.
Half a mile.
It was obvious to everyone that the GBU-28 could do the job.
Overdo it.
Satisfied with the results, rounds 3 and 4 were prepped at Watervliet and packed with explosives at Eglin Air Force Base. They were then immediately flown away to Saudi Arabia in preparation for the drops. On February 27, 1991, 2 Air Force F-111 fighters dropped their laser-guided penetrators on a command and control bunker suspected of housing top Iraqi military officials. The first aircraft missed the target. The second one, however, was a hit, and if you look closely, in a few seconds you will see smoke pouring out of the bunker's air vents. This suggested that a bomb had found its way deep into the bunker, which was later verified using bomb assessment photos, showing a large hole in the top of the targeted bunker. With only one test drop, the
You know that like Top Gun Maverick movie? They're trying to do the same thing, right? I'm pretty sure they're trying to drop the bunker buster bomb there. That's the objective they're trying to do, right? Pretty sure that's the one. They hit like specific area it's supposed to go in, right? So yeah, obviously like missing the target is a thing. Obviously that wouldn't happen with the modern jets now with newer like F-35 22s. But yeah, back then, yeah, that was a thing. So yeah, they had to like send multiple jets to do one job, I guess, because people, I also saw that video about helicopters, right? Like if you want to hit the target, like moving while targeting something is already hard. So yeah, some of the things you just assume is going to be easy because modern technologies, but no, that's not how it works. You actually have to read and know things to realize, wait a minute, this is not that easy.
GBU-28 holds the current record for the minimal number of drops to operational deployment. Most U.S. Air Force bombs undergo about 30 drops before being deployed. It's been argued that the hasty Iraqi ceasefire one day after the bunker was hit may have had something to do with Saddam Hussein learning that their last refuge has been defeated.
I mean,
The
yeah.
deep bunkers were no longer safe. Although in the days prior, Iraqi soldiers were already surrendering or fleeing, and the day before the bomb was dropped, Iraq had announced its complete withdrawal from Kuwait. But the GBU-28 bunker buster may very well have been the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, that was insane, right? I mean, that was definitely the case. Saddam's whole thought was like, okay, if there's bunker, I don't have to worry about it. I can just wait them out or whatever. There's many long-lasting strategies people can cling on to in the end. But yeah, when you're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm sitting in my chair in my bunker in my office, AC's blasting, I'm enjoying my music, and what if a bomb drops on my head, right? Warheads and foreheads, the Federation said it. So yeah, there you go. That was it. Definitely this bomb ended it. Bunker buster. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure there is a nuke, right? There are 3 types of nuke, right? One nuke is like you detonate it at like a ground level. Another nuke is you detonate in the air. And I'm pretty sure there's another nuke that you can detonate below ground. So it will cause like a earthquake style destruction of things. I'm pretty sure you can use that to destroy a bunker. But it's a nuke. You can't use nuke in the modern world. That would cause many other issues. So yeah, they basically took a fucking howitzer barrel, pour it with concrete and explosives, and there you go. Throw it without much testing. Just fuck it. Just do like he said, minimum testing compared to everything else. He just dropped it. There you go. America. Right, well, that was the bomb that ended. The main thing is logistics. Let's be honest. You can't just do this if you don't have logistics locked. Okay, we will talk to this company. We'll do this. Bring something from here. Where are our people who's like geniuses will figure out? Oh, wait a minute. We'll take a howitzer barrel. This doesn't happen if you don't have logistics down. So yeah, if you have like strong logistics like USA has, you can do a lot of things. Alright, well, if you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't seen the reactions like this, check out the link in the description and card right now. And yeah, I'll see you next time.